In this fantasy world, Gu Changge finds himself playing the role of the villain, much to his surprise. Meanwhile, the heroic Ye Chen, with great determination, engages in a battle to prevent Qingge from marrying Changge. Ye Chen boldly questions the Lord from the upper world, much to the shock and disbelief of everyone present. How dare he challenge the Almighty Lord? While the bewildered crowd watches, Gu Changge smirks, thoroughly enjoying the unfolding spectacle from his comfortable seat. But wait, Ye Chen, oh lucky him, decides it's a brilliant idea to summon Gu Changge by his actual name, greatly offending the sage. So down from his throne, he hops, ready to teach Ye Chen a lesson. Strangely enough, not a single soul dares to speak up in Ye Chen's favor, not even Qingge herself, whom he is fighting tooth and nail to protect. What a devoted heroine she is. As the battle ensues, Ye Chen displays his awe-inspiring skills, all thanks to his abundance of QI luck. During the chouse, Gu Changge casually chats with Qingge. He amusingly questions her ability to remain calm in such a trying situation, given her unwavering trust in Ye Chen. And just when he flirts, causing Qingge to nervously pour tea, resulting in a subtle shift in her heart. Lo and behold, this act causes a 10-point deduction in Ye Chen's luck, while Gu Changge gains a delightful plus 110 points. Oh, the audacity of Gu Changge. He dares to lay his hands on Qingge, sending Ye Chen into a fit of anger. But does Gu Changge follow the script? Of course not. He rises from his throne, ready to face Ye Chen head-on. With a mere flick of his aura, Gu brings Ye Chen crashing down, effortlessly displaying his power and leaving the hero in his wake. This move grants Gu Changge a 50-point increase in his face value, while Ye Chen sees 10 points of his fortune slip away. Gu Changge realizes he can gain even more fate value by directly eliminating Ye Chen. The temptation is strong. Yet, the cunning voice of his system advises against it, warning of unforeseen consequences. Everyone, even the mighty lord, admires Gu Changge's immense power, knowing full well that he is not one to be trifled with. But alas, Ye Chen, the bold fool, launches another attack against Changge. This time, the villain is not so lenient. With a swift motion of his hand, Ye Chen goes soaring across the grand hall, crashing into the walls. Amidst the chaos, Gu Changge arranges a secret rendezvous with Qingge later in the night. And after a bit of nudging from her father, she reluctantly agrees. Disappointment etches on Ye Chen's face. Gu Changge sends his slave to spy on the lord and Qingge's conversation. To his surprise, the slave discovers that the sacred land of Taishuan is nothing but a hollow shell. Their strongest fighter had left 300 years ago, and the lord's wife has been captured back into the upper realm. Gu Changge realizes that he is now their only hope. Amused by his correct guess, Gu Changge sends his servant to check on Ye Chen. After completing his first day of humiliation, Gu Changge receives a reward from the system. This includes a third of the world's seed. Once fully refined, the seed holds the power to bring endless good luck and control one's life and death. As Qingge heads towards Ye Chen, she is confronted by her own aura. It persuades her to pursue Gu Changge instead of Ye Chen, as he is much more powerful and interesting. However, she sternly dismisses these thoughts. In the dungeon, Ye Chen sits in deep humiliation, letting his anger out. Suddenly, he is approached by his master. Ye Chen questions his master about why she didn't come earlier to help him. She responds that there was a strong presence of spirits who had planned her downfall, so she didn't dare show up. She scolds him for being reckless. Ye Chen is shocked by her response. His master explains that there are powerful guardians lurking behind Gu Changge's origins, making it difficult to confront him directly. Ye Chen suggests spreading a rumor that the Taishang Lord died 300 years ago. This would incite other sects to attack Taishuan, allowing Ye Chen to escape amidst the chaos. Meanwhile, Qingge and Gu Changge engage in a conversation. Qingge's sudden change in attitude causes Ye Chen to lose 40 points, while Gu Changge gains 200 points in destiny value. Gu Changge confronts Qingge. questioning if her change in behavior is an attempt to convince him to release Ye Chen. Qingge loses her previously helped composure and assures Gu Changge that her change is only to show her sincerity towards him. To further convince him, she reveals a secret. She possesses the mysterious 9-yin beauty body, perfect for the furnace. This surrender of her heart increases Gu Changge's destiny points by another 200. Qingge tells him that if he helps Tai Xuan climb out of the abyss, she is willing to offer herself to him. Gu Changge dismisses Qingge, telling her that he will pretend he didn't hear her secret. He makes it clear that if she's doing all this to impress him, she can stop. This interaction leads Qingge to reflect on her actions, and she realizes that Gu Changge didn't do anything wrong during their time in the Great Hall. Perhaps she had misjudged him. Gu Changge then travels to the dungeon and asks Ye Chen to reveal the presence of the former spirit that has been lingering in his cell. Initially denying having anyone with him, Ye Chen's master reveals herself at Gu Changge's insistence. Gu Changge questions Ye Chen's master, suggesting that it may be a waste of her talent to stay by Ye Chen's side. He offers to recover her body and restore her to her former peak if she agrees to follow him. The master contemplates, realizing that Gu Changge hasn't really done anything wrong. It was her own disciple who caused all the trouble. Despite these thoughts, she suppresses them and tells Gu Changge that she cannot leave Ye Chen in this time of crisis. Gu Changge gives her more time to think about his offer and hints that it might be possible to cancel Ye Chen's punishment and restore him to his original status. Before leaving, Gu Changge presents the master with one last gift, the ancient soul cultivation holy pill. Ye Chen is furious after the encounter with Gu Changge. He believes that Gu Changge only did this to further humiliate him and take away his master. Ye Chen shames his master for seemingly changing sides due to a mere pill. He asks her to prove her loyalty by spreading the rumor, and she reluctantly agrees. Meanwhile, Elder Hades, Gu Changge's servant, questions why they are keeping Ye Chen alive. Gu Changge reminds Gu of their true purpose in coming to the world, to obtain the ultimate weapon and use Ye Chen as their treasure-hunting mouse, as he is destined to find it. 3 days later, 3 powerful half-step feudal lords arrive at Taishuan. They inform the Lord of Taishuan that they know the renowned Supreme Su is dead and has come to occupy the spiritual vein. The Lord is shocked, wondering how they found out about this information. He tries to delay them, waiting for Gu to appear. Qingge informs her father that after last night's events, she may have offended him, and he might not be willing to help them anymore. Crushing their hope as a strong aura is released, the feudal lords become confused. Could it be possible that Su Taisheng is not dead after all? As Qingge rushes to find Gu Changge, she is stopped by Ye Chen, who begs her to run away with him and escape Taishuan. However, Qingge firmly stands her ground, stating that she would never betray her sect and abandon Taishuan. She confronts Ye Chen, questioning how he can be so selfish in such a critical moment. How can he turn his back on a sect that has trained him for over 10 years? Just as Gu Changge's door creaks open, Qingge takes desperate measures and drives a sword into Ye Chen's chest, unwilling to let Gu Changge see her with Ye Chen. Gu Changge steps forward and asks Qingge if she regrets her actions. In a calm demeanor, Qingge responds that she doesn't regret it at all. She knew this day would come sooner or later. Gu Changge embraces her and reassures her that her problems are now his to bear. With a burst of unleashed aura, Gu Changge appears, Qingge by his side, and confronts the feudal lords, boldly questioning who dares to disturb him in such a manner. The feudal lords laugh mockingly at Gu Changge's face, belittling him as nothing more than a little kid. Ignorant of Gu Changge's true potential, one of the lords impulsively launches an attack, only to be effortlessly sent flying back by a mere flick of Gu Changge's wrist. These lords are perplexed by the existence of such a young Grand Master in the Eastern Desert Holy Land, but despite their surprise, they decide to combine their forces and attack. Expecting a fierce battle, Qingge and her father, the Lord, are taken aback when the feudal lords summon the mighty Wuji Tower. They wonder if Gu Changge will stand a chance against this formidable opponent. However, just as the feudal lords are about to unleash their assault, everything comes to a halt as they witness the Wuji Tower explode into pieces. Much to their astonishment, Gu Changge emerges victorious, submerged in his aura, displaying his ultimate strength. With one last devastating attack, he sends all the soldiers from the three sects soaring to the ground, triumphant in his defense of Taishuan, leaving the lords to wonder, who is this Gu Changge? 3 months after the attack, as Ye Chen travels through Taishuan in disguise, he overhears the locals praising Gu Changge and humiliatingly discussing his own name. Fueled by anger and a desire for revenge on Taishuan and Gu Changge, Ye Chen ignites with fiery determination. Meanwhile, Gu Changge and Qingge received an invitation from the third prince of the Great Xia dynasty in the central region. The invitation is to discuss the Tao, and Qingge enlightens Gu Chanaga with the impressive history of the royal family and their people, who had ascended to the upper world. She also mentions the exceptional talent of the third prince. Anticipating that Ye Chen will also be heading in that direction, Gu Changge asks Qingge to make arrangements for them to leave together. In the central state of the central heavenly domain, Lin Tian, a member of the ancient family and a mediocre student, is reprimanded by his teacher for dozing off in class. However, as he wakes up, it becomes evident that he is not the same person. As expected, Gu Changge receives a notification that a new child of fortune has been detected. The first elder summons the people of the land and announces the impending return of their ancestor. As Gu Changge travels, he realizes that his luck has taken a favorable turn, leading to a gradual decrease in the power of backlash. Noticing Qingge's luck of 400 points, Gu Changge wonders if she might be the reason behind this sudden rise in his fortunes. In the central region, the curious crowd eagerly awaits the appearance of Gu Changge, and even the revered elders show newfound respect towards him. Gasps of astonishment fill the air when Elder Ming humbly refers to himself as Gu Changge's slave. To evade the overwhelming attention, Gu Changge takes Qingge for a leisurely stroll. Lin Qihan warmly greets Gu Changge and offers to guide them around, an offer that Gu Changge gladly accepts. Meanwhile, as Lin Tian watches them depart, he feels a piercing pain in his chest. At first, he cannot comprehend its meaning, but when he catches sight of Qingge, everything falls into place. On the other hand, Gu Changge, sensing Lin Tian's aura, finds amusement in the fact that the so-called son of fate has taken it upon himself to approach him. During their stroll, Lin Qihan shares with Gu Changge how her previously untalented brother has shown significant improvement in his cultivation, excelling in the realms of pill-making and formation arrays. Gu Changge credits Lin Qihan for being a persuasive sister, and she is pleasantly surprised by his understanding nature. Gu Changge's system notifies him that there may be an additional heavenly reward for eliminating a fated individual whose luck has plummeted to 0. Since he can't kill Ye Chen yet, he may have to consider dealing with Lin Tian earlier than expected. After Lin Qihan brings Gu Changge and Qingge a midnight snack, Qingge finds herself feeling jealous, though she refuses to admit it when questioned by Gu Changge. On her way back, Lin Tian stops Lin Qihan and warns her to stay away from Gu Changge, claiming that he is a wicked person. However, Lin Qihan remains resolute, insisting that Gu Changge is a good person and urging Lin Tian to reflect on his own actions instead. Enraged, Lin Tian attempts to cast an extraterrestrial demon curse on Gu Changge, but his current body proves too weak to handle the full spell's power. The weak curse unleashed by Lin Tian finds its way to Gu Changge, but as expected, it proves to be ineffective against him. The entire clan becomes aware of the curse's presence as its aura spreads throughout the city. However, Lin Tian suffers a severe backlash when the curse is broken, causing him to collapse to the ground in agonizing pain. The people of the clan sincerely apologize to Gu Changge and assure him that they will diligently investigate and uncover the culprit behind this malicious act. Lin Qihan rushes to retrieve Lin Tian, realizing that he cannot allow anyone to see him in such a wretched state, for it would expose him as the one who cast the curse. In desperation, Lin Tian chooses to take his own life, relying on the divine soul secret technique to revive himself later and hide from the consequences. The clan eventually reveals to Gu Changge that it was Lin Tian who had cast the curse, But when they stumbled upon him, he was lying in a pool of his own blood. The people of the clan, feeling immense remorse for the disrespectful act committed by their descendant Lin Tian, expressed their desire for Gu Changge to punish them.
Hey, wait a sec. Are you subscribed? We'll make sure you do, and hit that notification button.
However, Gu Changge is aware that Lin Tian is yet to revive and chooses to forgive the entire clan, dismissing the matter. Deeply grateful, the clan members vow to thoroughly investigate and uncover the truth behind the incident. Recognizing that he can gain destiny points by attracting women connected to the Son of Fate, Gu Changge decides to keep Lin Qihan close and asks her to accompany him on a stroll. Word of Gu Changge spreads rapidly, attracting clans from all corners to emerge from hiding to meet him. Amidst the overwhelming praise, a man in the restaurant begins to share a story about his wronged brother, who had been framed and forced to flee to the central province. Just as he's about to reveal his brother's name, Gu Changge enters the restaurant, capturing everyone's attention, especially that man's. Gu Changge engages in a charming conversation with Lin Qihan, hoping to gain luck points. He also requests her to keep watch over her brother's body, knowing that if she were to witness his revival, their bond would be severed, leaving Lin Tian with weakened luck. Their conversation is interrupted when disciples from the 8 cities express their eagerness to meet Gu Changge, who graciously accepts their request. The sons and maidens from the cities greet him with humility and respect, which astonishes Lin Qihan. Even the presence of beautiful maidens fails to affect Gu Changge, but he exhibits a distinctively different and gentle attitude towards Lin Qihan, which makes her feel special. This change in attitude boosts Gu Changge's luck by 200 points. As he accesses his system to upgrade with his accumulated points, a random mission appears, offering him 500 destiny points if he suppresses the brother of the Son of Fate. Gu Changge deduces that this must refer to Ye Chen's brother. He questions those before him about Ye Chen's whereabouts, and one of them points towards the same man who had been recounting the story about a talented individual from the eastern wastelands. Gu Changge questions Jin Yang about Ye Chen's whereabouts, but Jin Yang, being Gu Changge's sworn brother, refuses to divulge any information and instead challenges Gu Changge to clarify the misunderstanding directly with Ye Chen. This infuriates Gu Changge, leading him to summon Elder Ming and order the destruction of the sacred land of Jialu. Excelling in his mission and achieving a perfect grade, Gu Changge earns 700 destiny points. True to his wishes, the sacred land of Jialu is destroyed, further intensifying Ye Chen's desire to seek revenge against Gu Changge. Recognizing that he had frightened Lin Qihan, Gu Changge presents her with the Novice Alchemy Manual as a gesture of apology, leaving Lin Qihan pleasantly surprised. On the other hand, Chingge feels upset as Gu Changge has seemingly disregarded her. 3 days later, as Gu Changge prepares to depart, the Lin family expresses their gratitude to him for his assistance. Lin Qihan begins to acknowledge Gu Changge's kindness and wonders if he might be right about Lin Tian, realizing that her brother may no longer be the person she once knew. As fate would have it, Gu Changge's intuition is proven correct, as Lin Tian revives himself. As Lin Tian miraculously comes back to life, he assumes amnesia and questions why he has been imprisoned and who the man beside his sister is. However, both Lin Qihan and Gu Changge see through his charade. Unfortunately, Lin Tian's attempts are short-lived as the intense backlash from the original owner's obsession with his sister causes him to lose control of his own body, resulting in his luck plummeting to 0. This triggers the kill drop rule, requiring Gu Changge to take action. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Gu Changge asks Lin Qihan to step outside so that he can handle the matter at hand. In due course, the Son of Fate meets his demise. Gu Changge's successful kill not only earns him destiny points and increases his luck, but also grants him his very first kill chest. From the chest, he acquires 3 luck plundering card, 1/3 of a broken world seed, and a system calculation multiplier card. With compassion, he consoles Lin Qihan and requests her to lay Lin Tian's body to rest. In the city of Chongyu, Liu Li resolves to avenge her brother Ye Chen with the unwavering support of her loyal disciples from the ancient sacred mountains. However, her Aunt Shui expressed concern, sensing that Ye Chen's spiritual energy had diminished, and advised Liu Li to go to the upper realm, fearing his potential may never manifest in this lifetime. Determined, Liu Li rejected the notion, confident in Ye Chen's latent abilities. She informed her aunt of her intention to meet the impressive lord from the upper realm and requested her aid if things turned dire. Arriving at the Lin family estate, they announced the arrival of the ancient mountain clan, along with Ye Chen's cousin's desire to see Gu Changge. Though the Lin family head offered to request permission from Gu Changge, a member of the ancient clan arrogantly intervened, threatening him. In a sudden and shocking turn of events, a hand from the sky disintegrated the insolent clan member while Gu Changge's voice echoed, granting them entry. From a distance, Aunt Shui watched with her movements restricted by a formidable aura. The stakes were high for Liu Li, as offending the young lord from the Gu clan was out of the question. Surprisingly, when Gu Changge finally revealed himself, Aunt Sui descended and greeted him, leaving Liu Li astonished. Aunt Sui sought confirmation of his true affiliation with the Gu clan, to which he responded affirmatively. This revelation shocked the disciples of the ancient mountain clan, and they all bowed before him. Aunt Sui endeavored to gain mercy and favor by highlighting their connection to the Ye family, who had a long-standing relationship with the Gu clan. However, Liu Li grew infuriated by her aunt's behavior and attempted to intervene, only to be promptly silenced. Aunt Sui insisted that there must be a reasoning behind Gu Changge's care for someone as insignificant as Chen and demanded an apology. Unyielding, Liu Li refused to comply. Growing impatient, Gu Changge demanded a valid explanation for their visit, threatening to kill them if they failed to provide one. Seeking mercy, Aunt Shu pleaded with him, but Gu Changge remained resolute. He summoned Elder Ming and instructed him to execute one person every 10 breaths, annihilating entire clans if any resistance was met. Liu Li's disciples pleaded with Gu Changge for forgiveness and desperately begged Liu Li to intercede. Aunt Shui persisted in her belief that there must be a misunderstanding. However, Liu Li remained stubborn in her stance. As 10 breaths passed, Elder Ming executed a member of Liu Li's clan before her eyes, intensifying the pleas of her remaining disciples for her to speak up. Under the overwhelming pressure, Liu Li relented and offered an apology to Gu Changge. Liu Li shared her true intentions for the visit with Gu Changge, who responded by insisting that he had not done anything to harm Ye Chen. Doubts began to flicker in Liu Li's mind, questioning whether Chen had been in the wrong after all. However, she quickly dismissed these thoughts. She raised the question of why Gu Changge had destroyed the sacred land of Jialu, which had ties to him. This question angered Gu Changge, prompting him to retort whether he owed her an explanation for his actions. Liu Li swiftly retracted her statement, understanding that to Gu Changge, the destruction of Jialu was as insignificant as crushing an ant, no explanation required. Furthermore, if Gu Changge truly had intentions to kill Chen, there would be no possible way for Chen to survive. Liu Li's change of heart resulted in a decrease of 100 points in Ye Chen's luck. Gu Changge eventually dismissed them, concluding the encounter. Gu Changge, keenly aware of Liu Li's next move, anticipates her upcoming meeting with Ye Chen. He understands that this signifies the imminent opening of the secret realm. Utilizing the tracker he had left behind, Gu Changge is able to trace Ye Chen's whereabouts. The time has come for him to proceed. As expected, Ye Chen stands at the entrance of the secret realm alongside his master. Gu Changge deduces and confirms that Gu Changji is here to discover the ancient heavenly sacred realm. Ye Chen seeks his master's approval for his plan, receiving acknowledgement tempered with a warning of potential schemes Gu Changge may have in store. Cautious of his master's behavior, Ye Chen, reflecting on her recent affinity for Gu Changge since he handed her the pill, regards her with wariness. Soon, Ye Chen is reunited with Liu Li, who embraces her cousin after 3 long years. However, Aunt Zui strongly disapproves of Ye Chen and his intentions towards Liu Li. Meanwhile, Gu Changge closely follows their every move, discreetly entering the realm while using his tracker to guide him. Ye Chen and Liu Li eventually discover the entrance to the location where the inheritance is held. They proceed inside alongside Aunt Shui and the members of the ancient mountain clan. As they draw closer to the inheritance, the demonic energy grows denser. Suddenly, the group is ambushed by ferocious beasts. Liuli urges Ye Chen to retrieve the inheritance while they fend off the creatures. However, before they can even engage with the beasts, they are swiftly annihilated by none other than Gu Chengyi himself. Liuli realizes that Gu Chengyi is solely interested in the Supreme Master's mausoleum within this realm. Gu Chengyi commands his disciples to clear a path for him, ruthlessly injuring the members of the mountain clan. Ye Chen's gaze becomes fixed on the mausoleum, but he soon realizes that he is not the only one seeking its secrets. Gu Changge enters the chamber, revealing himself to Ye Chen. Ye Chen demands an explanation from Gu Changge about how he had managed to reach this location. Gu Changge reveals that he had already been present for a while, and, provocatively, asks Senior Yanji to reveal herself. This falsely leads Ye Chen to believe that his trusted master had betrayed him, providing their whereabouts to Gu Changge. A fierce verbal battle ensues between Ye Chen and his master, with accusations of betrayal hurled at Yunji. Overwhelmed by the pain caused by his words and accusations, Senior Yanji decides to sever their bond, resulting in a significant decrease of 200 points in Ye Chen's luck, reaching its lowest threshold. Once the bond is broken, Gu Changge calmly reveals to Ye Chen that it was not, in fact, his master who had betrayed him, and expresses remorse if he had implied as much. Senior Yanji, humbled by the realization of her innocence, asks Gu Changge if she can now follow him, to which he responds affirmatively. This provoked a great rage within Ye Chen, leading him to launch an attack on Gu Changge. Ye Chen proves to be no match for Gu Changge, as Gu Changge effortlessly overpowers him. However, just as Gu Changge is about to deliver a fatal blow, Liuli rushes in and implores him to stop. She begs Gu Changge to spare Ye Chen's life and expresses her willingness to agree to any conditions he may have. Despite Ye Chen's pleas for Liuli not to make any deals with Gu Changge, her desperation leads her to make the difficult decision. Gu Changge proposes that Liuli opens up her sea of consciousness and accepts his enslavement seal. Reluctantly, Liuli agrees to do so, under the condition that Gu Changge swears upon his spirit that he will no longer harm Ye Chen. Gu Changge accepts the terms and fulfills his part of the agreement, urging Liuli to do the same. Gu Changge unleashes the power of the limiting demon grasp technique upon Liuli's sea of consciousness. Rather than enslaving her with a seal, this technique allows him to delve deep into her mind, causing her to forget the events that unfolded that day. As Gu Changge prepares to deal with Ye Chen reminds him that he has sworn an unbreakable vow. Gu Changge reveals that, for him, the heavenly demon is not a deadly threat, but instead a source of liberation and nourishment. In a swift and calculated move, he ends Ye Chen's life. Once again, Gu Changge's efforts are rewarded handsomely as he uncovers a chest filled with riches. Among them are fragments of a broken world seed and the elusive void essence. As Gu Changge sets out to retrieve the coveted weapon, he becomes aware of a lingering aura in the air. Suddenly, the formidable presence of the Supreme Master materializes before him. Peering into Gu Changge's soul, the Supreme Master discerns an unsettling truth, an evil intention and a dark nature dwelling within him. Without hesitation, the Supreme Master refuses to pass on his esteemed legacy to such a candidate. Desperate to prove himself worthy, Gu Changge attempts to reason with the Supreme Master, vowing to correct his ways and bring justice to the world. He pleads that he will not let the Supreme Master's cherished teachings go to waste. However, his words only incite the Supreme Master's fury. With thunderous anger, the Supreme Master declares that such deceit deserves nothing but immediate death. Incredibly, Gu Changge manages to evade the Supreme Master's relentless attacks, skillfully dodging each strike. Determined, he perseveres. His sole focus is on reaching the coveted 8 Wastelands demon halberd. Gu Changge successfully retrieves the supreme-ranked weapon, unleashing its power that sends shockwaves through the area, disintegrating anyone unfortunate enough to be near. Despite the Supreme Master's attempts to prevent him from taking the weapon, Gu Changge effortlessly wields it, slashing through the spirit of the Supreme Master and capturing it for future use. With the weapon secured, Gu Changge relays the news of Ye Chen's demise to Yunji. Just as he does, his loyal disciples enter, offering their heartfelt apologies for allowing Liu Li to infiltrate their ranks. Accepting their apologies with grace, Gu Changge assures them that all matters in the lower realm are now resolved, signaling his imminent return. Meanwhile, in the upper realm of the Immortal City within the Supreme Immortal Dynasty, Yue Mingkong assumes the role of Crown Princess, awaits her beloved fiancé, Gu Changge's return. Yue Mingkong reflects on her previous life, where her husband, Gu Changge, heartlessly executed her in a public spectacle on their wedding night. In this current life, she is consumed by a fierce determination to exact her vengeance. Gu Changge finally ascends to the upper realm and reunites with his father. Showing him the secured weapon, his father advises caution, emphasizing that only they are aware of Gu Changge's true nature as a bearer of a demonic heart. Urging him to meet his mother, Gu Changge heeds the advice. Meanwhile, the elders engage in discussions about Gu Changge's remarkable rise to the pinnacle of the titled Duke phase. It is acknowledged that even the current prodigies of the family branches would pale in comparison to his power. Among the family matters discussed, the calamity that has befallen the branches is mentioned, including the story of the 13th brother's young daughter, whose Taoist bone was excavated by her own brother. Rumors from the abandoned immortal lands suggest that the child may still be alive. Driven by a burning desire for revenge, the girl embarks on a journey to reunite with her family and seek justice from her treacherous brother. Xian'er, leaving the abandoned immortal lands, bids farewell to her masters as she prepares herself for revenge against her brother, Gu Changge. Aware of her brother's swift action in sending Elder Ming to search for her in the lower realms, Xian'er decides it's not yet the time to engage in a direct confrontation and chooses to remain hidden from Gu Changge's eyes. Gu Changge upgrades his system, reaching the titled King phase, causing a stir as his newfound aura astonishes those around him. Sensing a discord within himself, Gu Changge assumes that Xian'er is still alive. Determined to handle the kin of Xian'er, he delegates the task to Elder Ming. However, he must now confront the elders of his clan. To prepare himself, Gu Changge taps into the power of the endless immortal technique, bestowed upon him through his system. Taking charge, he summons all the elders for an important meeting. The entire clan gathers as the announcement is made that Gu Changge is to become the next head of the family. However, this news is met with significant resistance and deemed a matter of great importance, requiring further discussion. Gu Changge steps in and asserts that, according to the clan rules, the most powerful member of the generation should lead the family. To address any doubts about his abilities, he confidently offers to take on anyone willing to challenge him. One of his cousins accuses him of obtaining privilege through his father's position. In response, Changge slyly remarks that such claims are mere excuses, asserting those accusing him are only fit to bow at his feet. This provocation angers both the elders and the younger members of the clan. Seizing the opportunity, Gu Changge dares them all to attack him together, even offering to suppress his cultivation level to match theirs. Fueled by anger, Gu Chenxing launches an attack, but Gu Changge effortlessly overpowers him. As all of them launch a coordinated assault, Gu Changge effortlessly counters their attacks, defeating them one by one. Each trick and tactic they try proves futile against his skill and agility. Just as they believe they have cornered him, Gu Changge unveils the power of the endless immortal technique. The devastating force sent from his technique causes his opposition to crash to the ground in defeat. Amidst the aftermath of his display of power, Gu Changge's father expresses his admiration and praise. In contrast, the other elders remain infuriated by the injuries inflicted upon their kin. However, faced with Gu Changge's overwhelming strength and the realization of their defeat, the opposition eventually relents. Gu Changge emerges as the undeniable successor of the Gu family. As a further gesture to mend past grievances, Gu Changge pledges to take full responsibility and settle matters personally, referring specifically to Xian'er. Witnessing his resolve and power, the youth who previously fought against him bow before him, offering their congratulations.
Hey viewers, subscribe for more.